Hello? I don't know if anyone can hear me. I'm not very good at this live stuff. Can anyone hear me? Yay, Blade Taylor can hear me. Okay, hello everyone. I'm going to be casting some cabochons today because I'm very tired and this week has been very long. And so we didn't have the energy for like a full build or a Gerbil build. And we had a couple questions on Patreon about how we cast the irises. So I thought that would be a nice chill stream to do. We do want to try and do one every single Saturday afternoon. So this is today's. I hope you don't mind it being a little bit more relaxed. What is everyone else up to today? You're still in bed? Okay, what time is it there? Because for us here it is 10 to 4 in the afternoon. You're still in bed as well? Okay. And 11 a.m. for you? Oh yeah, no, just spend the whole day in bed. Do not do anything. That is absolutely fair enough. Thank you for joining, even though you have a splitting headache. "10:50 a.m. in Southern Ontario, Canada." I love Ontario. Very jealous. I'm here in the UK. So, I am casting cabochon irises, and I am using glue. I'm using E6000, which is basically like a crafting glue, and it's perfect to adhere the glass to the sheets. I'm casting some unicorn irises because I'm completely out of stock and I'm going to need them for the week. It's a really popular iris colour. And some Gerbils that I'm making this week I think are going to have unicorn irises. So, you hate the summer? Why do you hate the summer? I miss the summer. We get it for about 2 weeks here. You're jealous. You would like to visit the UK. Where would you like to go in the UK? Please feel free to ask any questions if you are confused about what I'm doing. Not that it's confusing, I'm just saying, if you have any questions as I'm going. These actually take 36 hours to go off. So you can see some up here that I cast last week, I think it is, and then it's completely set, so they'll be free to cut out later, whereas these, you'll need to leave them for 36 hours, otherwise the glue is still wet. Just a bit of a pain. Never realised we make the eyes. Yes, I make all of these eyes myself, so all of the whites of the eyes we 3D print, and then I cast all of the cabochons. So we have nearly 100 cabochon colours, and yes, I cast them all by hand. Sorry, the questions are going really quickly. Someone was asking about their gerbil then. They did not get the option to select when they ordered. I think that happens sometimes when you're checking out on mobile. So the best thing would be to do, go to the order page, or not the order page, but the gerbil page itself, make all your selections, and then send me a screenshot of that. A few people have had to do that, so it's really frustrating. I'm sorry, but sometimes when they restock immediately and then you pay on your phone, it doesn't show you the options straight away. If you send me an email, then just ordered a gerbil, and I ordered one of the Roll for Puppets to adopt. You called it Strawberry. Oh, Strawberry, back from season 1. Oh my goodness, what a throwback. That was a birdie head shape, I believe. That was a very beautiful one. Are those little glass stones? So, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see. They are little domes. Sorry, I'm so bad at this. There you go. And they are made out of glass, and they are 20 mil across. Would we ever consider selling our eyes? We do sell our eyes, so absolutely everything we use on Roll for Puppet, we sell on our shop as well. So we sell the puppet eyes, we sell the cabochons, these are all our products. So, yes. Do we print these ourselves? Yes, I print them myself. I print them on like really high quality photo paper, so they're nice and shiny, but they don't bleed when the glue is added. Oh, you called her Dinah. That's so cute. I hope she's very happy in her new home. When's the next Build a Gerbil dropping? Well, we have spent this weekend so far pre-filming a lot of Build a Gerbils, so then I can sort of edit and voice over them in batches like that. So there'll be definitely some live tomorrow. Let me know if this process is making sense so far. Whilst the glue is still wet like this, I have to constantly keep tapping them back into place until it's set a little bit more. So that's why it's quite involved, because you can't take your eye off them for too long. You love our videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's lovely to hear. I've just looked and this one looks like it's had a chomp taken out of it. I don't know if you can see. What am I doing wrong? There, look. So that one's broken. That one's not gonna work. Some gerbil got loose. Exactly. They are very mischievous and they do like to bite things in the workshop. So I don't know how many people here watched the gerbil live stream last weekend, but we live streamed the build for the 100th gerbil. Was anyone there for that? I recognise a few names, actually, which is always nice. Some of them get little air bubbles underneath the glass and you've got to work for a while pressing them out, because obviously if it dries with an air bubble, then it will have an air bubble in it forever and it will look very strange. And it will peel off the paper then as well. Oh, you sent a heart. Okay, I love that, but I don't know what any of it means. I'm so confused. Thank you very much, Red Fraggle. I very much appreciate it. I don't quite know what I'm doing here, in case anyone can't tell. What colours are you making? So I'm casting unicorns at the moment, and then these are tadpole, which I cast last week, and they're now dry, so I can cut them and put them back in their little stock pot. So just unicorn and tadpole today. That's what I needed. Hello, Adam. I do a little stock check at the end of each week just to figure out what ones I need to cast. And then whenever I've got a bit of free time, which is very infrequently, how often do you make the eyes for your puppets? For the cabochons, it's just whenever they are out of stock, but for the actual 3D printed eyes, they are going every day. The printers do not stop. They are constantly printing. Because before Roll for Puppet, our actual main job and our main source of income was selling components to other puppet makers. So we've sold thousands and thousands of pairs of eyes. 3D printing was our main thing for a very long time. Has Jim Henson inspired you? Of course! Jim Henson's inspired everyone. What's your favourite colour combinations for puppets? That's a really interesting question. I would say before we started doing Roll for Puppet, I was not that obsessed with monochrome puppets because I just never thought of it really. I normally like more of like a colourful explosion. But since we've been doing the monochrome ones, I just think they look really beautiful. It was actually somebody in the comments idea that we should introduce one colour because I thought people would find one colour boring, so I never did it. But I think a monochrome puppet can look so interesting. Your kids love their gerbils. That's so nice to hear. What did they name them? I love hearing what people name the puppets they get. Thank you very much. I will get to that email as soon as I'm done with the stream. Thank you for sending that over. I'll get that sorted. Have we ever done a turquoise and green puppet? Okay, I'm gonna finish this row that I'm currently on and then I will show you a turquoise and green puppet. Because yes, and it's a very important one. Not that I'm getting off track. And I just dropped one. One was named Snow Cone and the other Birthday Cake. Those are actually perfect names for gerbils. Your gerbil chose the name Donut. Your gerbil has been on a plane and just riding in a car, and your gerbil's been everywhere. You've got a weird choice for your gerbil. Oh, that's making me nervous now. What's the weird choice? Everyone has been so creative with their gerbil choices as well, which has been really fun. I'm not sure how interesting this is going to be to watch. I know some of the previous streams have been like actual puppet builds, and this is just glass. What's my favourite cabochon eye colour? That's a difficult question. How can I have favourites when there's over 100 of them? Maybe this is definitely top 5. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the sheets in a minute because that's a really good question. Do you have a favourite one? You want it to look like a football. That's a really good idea. I love that idea. We will definitely have to look for some black and white fur. A football gerbil. Oh my god. See, again, that's so creative and I wouldn't have come up with that. Okay, that is our final row. Oh, I said I was going to get the puppet, didn't I? After this row. Okay, you find these relaxing. That's good to know. Definitely, it's a lot easier to answer questions when you're doing just kind of like a repetitive task like this. This doesn't require any creativity. It just requires finger strength. Okay, so that's the final one. Now I'm just going to make sure they're all directly over the print because sometimes they can slide and then the eye will be no good. Tap them all back into place. So I'll actually print the iris sheet at like sort of 1 mil bigger than the cab will be, so that there's a little bit of overspill and you don't have any of the white border, if that makes sense. The more glue that you add, the more likely they are to spill, so you've kind of got to find the exact right balance, which is why I apply it with the little stick. Because if you just squirt it straight from the tube, you're more likely to have the cabochon slipping all over the place. And that's not good. That's really not good. Okay, I think those are all pretty even for the minute, and I'll come back to them in a minute if they start sliding. Now, turquoise and green puppet. This is PT the prototype. He has been featured in a few videos before, and he was the first puppet that we ever made here at Furry Fingers. And over the years, he's had things removed from him, so he's had some fur taken out, his ears were taken off, the stuffing's been taken out of his nose, his teeth have been taken off, and his arms have been taken off. But I love him so much that he's kind of like employee of the month, and he's on a little platform here in the new shop, because I'm going to keep him forever. He's PT, he's the prototype. So yes, that is our green and turquoise puppet. It's not the prettiest. He did have legs at one point as well, but they're gone. He's very tired. He's been working for us for many years. Why have we removed stuff from him? Because he was our very first ever puppet that we made. We had no money for materials. We were trying to take him apart to get the pattern so that we could make more Snuzzlepusses, so that we'd have the right pattern and we'd have the right materials. And basically, some stuff also just fell off over the years. This is back before we were using reticulated foam. So it's just, he's a little project, and I love him so very much. And he's PT the prototype. I don't know if I put him there. Can you still see him? No, he's disappeared now. Let me put him. His arms were cut off. His legs were cut off. Exactly. We open for orders every Friday evening, so we restocked last night, and I think most things are sold out again already. But if you sign up for notifications, then it will email you as soon as they're ready to order. I don't think he needs to be fixed. I think he's beautiful the way he is. I love him. Look at that. I think he's great. He doesn't need to be fixed in my eyes. I think he's beautiful. And every time I do look at him, it's just a reminder of like how far we've come as well. So honestly, he's having a great time. We should have a PT the prototype pin. Okay, they have not moved very much, which is good, so I can move on to cutting the tadpole eyes out now that they've been cast, without trying to make a mess. I love him too. I think he's wonderful. Pin or a sticker of PT, I agree. How did we come up with the tadpole color? Do you mean the name? How do I come up with the names? Because honestly, I just make them up. One. I think I may need my scissor sharpener after today. Has your headache improved at all yet? That's what I want to know. Or is this making it worse? Is this exacerbating your headache? It's wild how much time and effort goes into making a single iris. It is when you think about it, isn't it? And then we kind of just like throw out 100 of these a week on Goebbels. On Friday evenings, you open up for custom puppet orders. If you mean the build your own puppets that we film for TikTok, then yes, every Friday evening we restock. If you mean a custom puppet sort of outside of TikTok and you just want a puppet made, then those are open all the time and you can email us. We currently have about 10 custom orders going on here in the workshop. But it's the ones that have to be filmed for TikTok, because the process of filming it is a lot more intense than just making a puppet. So we can only do a limited number of those per week. How do you come up with ideas on Roll for Puppet? Well, thankfully the dice do a lot of the ideas for us, so definitely we couldn't have created a lot of those characters without the dice just telling us what to do, and then trying to just go with it kind of as we go along, just completely on the fly. Like, it's an owl and it has these features, then you've really got to just push yourself creatively, whereas I don't think I would ever come up with those ideas alone. And it's a case of having to. Like, there's such a deadline with the Roll for Puppets. They are very, very fast turnaround, which has obviously been very intense. How do you come up with the new head shapes? So, a lot of them were head shapes, well, not a lot of them, maybe 10 of them were head shapes that we had before the show anyway, and they were ones that we would use for our custom puppets and things like that. The new ones were really inspired by the lore, so when we brought out like the Dryad Spy ones and the Giant ones, they were based on the characters. So we're actually planning on doing a whole YouTube tutorial or a YouTube sort of series, maybe, like a playlist, all about how to design a head shape from scratch, because there's a lot of different ways. You can't bring yourself to sign up for another platform, referring to the P one. Oh, the one that shall not be named. Any other options? I mean, that's really the only one at the moment that sort of financially supports us. But obviously, if you are enjoying the videos, liking the videos, and sharing them, then that's amazing support. I mean, showing up now to the live and chatting with me, that's amazing support. So thank you so much. And I completely understand not everyone wants to go over to the P app. That I dare not say, frustratingly. How to design a head shape tutorial. That one is definitely coming. There are quite a few tutorials that we've already filmed and edited. It's just trying to find the time in the schedule that we've got at the moment to do all of the voiceovers and the PDFs for them, but it is coming. I promise you, it is coming. And you guys will be the first to know as well. It'll be announced over on the P app and also Discord. Let us know what sort of things you would like to see on next Saturday's live stream as well, because I won't make you sit through this every week. completely understand. More passwords and usernames is the last thing any of us need. We do have a Buy Me a Coffee support tab in our link tree, but I think you might also need a password for that as well, so completely understand as well. It's not for everyone. Your husband just offered to bring you another coffee. That is, we love him for that. Can he bring me one? I think these are turning out pretty well. He loves going to the UK. Where does he visit when he comes to the UK? Maybe next time he can come visit our shop. What are we thinking? If I actually show it on camera, there we go. So we do have wings at the moment. Wings are on the roll sheets and they're also standard for the owl gons. Rolling for wing shape, if I could speak, rolling for wing shape isn't always going to be practical because we do have an 8-hour limit on these builds, so certain things will always have to be standardized. We do try and mix them up, so if it's like a dragon puppet, then they'll look different than the owl wings and things like that, but I don't think rolling for them each time is going to be practical. You always wondered how we make these. Yes. So these are little glass domes, and then I glue them to the iris sheets, just like the ones over here, which are drying. And then after 36 hours, you can cut them out, and they look like this. Is it possible for a build your own / custom puppet to be over 8 hours? If, if the build was going to be too complicated, like if it wasn't based on each of the sort of like standard shapes that we've got, then it wouldn't go through a build your own, it would be a custom puppet, and those can take up to 2 weeks. It takes 8 hours to build each puppet, and that is like with us going some as well, and that's with all of the things being standardized. A normal puppet takes a lot longer than that. It's been an insane 12 months, honestly. We have pushed the limits of what we're capable of. Have I found this TikTok journey rewarding? That's a really interesting question. I've definitely found the work that I've produced to be rewarding, but I find TikTok to be sometimes a bit of a difficult app. I know it's been rough sometimes. Yes, rough is a good word for it. I've definitely found the quality of our work to be very rewarding and the connection with people very rewarding. But there are downsides to it as well, same with every app. TikTok can be very, very difficult sometimes. But as long as people are still enjoying what we make, then I will keep doing it, so. Well, within reason. That's very, very kind of you to say. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So there's 4 of us here at the moment. We at one point did have more than that, but with the move and after COVID, see, at one point my mum did work here and she passed away, unfortunately. So we are 1 employee down. Actually, this did used to be one of her jobs, so I had employed her pretty much full time. She called herself the eye specialist. So she sanded all of the 3D printed puppet eyes and she helped me name some of the eyes, she helped me cast them. She would always make me coffees. So yeah. And that's a really hard employee to replace. Can't exactly employ a mum again. Watching our videos has become a part of your daily routine. That is so sweet. I think even when you start something like this, you never think that people are going to connect with it. Like, you're never sure whether people are, but that means a lot. So, thank you so much. And thanks for keeping me company whilst I do this. Oh, my hands have all gone shaky now because I talked about my mum. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. We're getting there. You need to go cook dinner. Enjoy that. Please let us know what you are cooking. I always love hearing about what people are eating. And thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Have I always loved puppets? I think I've always loved puppets, but this is definitely something I fell into accidentally. So I did not come into this thinking, I'm going to start a puppet making business. I was at sort of a period in my life where I was doing anything creatively freelance that I could. So I was building websites, I was making jewellery, I was filming content, I was doing anything I could, basically self-employed, to earn some money. And I was commissioned to make some puppets for a web series. So I did. I made some snugglepusses. And then the web series didn't work out, so I had these puppets just sort of left over, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I sold them on eBay to try and make some money for Christmas. And they sold really, really well. And then I had some leftover materials. I had some Antron fleece, back when it was still Antron fleece. I don't know if anyone remembers that. And I made some more snugglepusses, and they sold really well. And then it just grew, and I could hire people, and we got 3D printers, and now we've moved here, and it's you know, it just grows. And then we started Rolf Puppet, which took off insanely. You remember Antron Fleece? It was quite an experience. How long have we been going? Is it about an hour now? I wish they still made Antron Fleece. Have you tried the F3 fleece though? The F3 fleece is so good. It's mostly what we use now. That is fair. It is a little bit of a pricier fabric. We're able to buy it because we need so many meters for the show. We're able to buy it in bulk, which does make it cheaper. But yeah, it is quite pricey compared to like Polar Fleece or Nyla Fleece. We're hoping to be able to stock it here in the shop so that people can like actually feel the texture of it before they buy it. I think making puppet shopping an in-person experience is going to be an interesting process. How is your human puppet going? Has your friend seen it yet? Oh, they loved them. I'm so glad. Oh, they were looking fantastic, the pictures that you sent on Discord. Have you got a picture with the person that they look like? Oh, okay, fantastic. Thank you. I've been dying to see how that one turned out. That's the one that you put the dimples on. They looked really great. They were such a good idea. I'm not sure if anyone's seen it yet, but I posted a video today kind of the process of moving, and it shows us emptying out the other shop and packing and painting over the murals and stuff. It was very emotional, and I wasn't sure when to post it because I'm not sure if anyone was interested to see it, but I did post it today, so maybe after the live stream you could go and have a look if you want to see what our old workshop looked like completely empty. This eye's being really stubborn and all the glue is sticking to the glass. You can do it. That one has an air bubble right in the middle of the iris, so I will not be able to sell that, so I'll have to put that to one side, because that has an imperfection. Now you're just watching me do quality control. This must be riveting. I'm sorry, I did not have the energy for anything else today. I can smell something amazing being cooked just outside the shop. I don't know what it is, but I want some of it. I'm very hungry. Yes, Donut the Gerbil should absolutely meet a bunch of the peepers. We, very excitingly, have a bunch of peepers heading towards us here in the UK. I cannot wait to make some videos with them when they arrive. Does anyone have any ideas of what we should stream next week? What would you like to see? We could do another Gerbil build. We could do... I really don't know, but there's lots of ideas. Some patterning, maybe. Some more sort of behind the scenes stuff like this with other eye types or 3D printing. There's a whole bunch. We have some animatronics going on in the workshop today. We have some pro eyes being made into some blink mechanisms, which is very exciting. Excuse me. Oops. Patterning, draping. That sounds like a good idea. What is patterning? So basically just showing the process of how we design patterns for either the heads or the fabrics. So sometimes it's easy to design the head shape in foam, but then when it comes to covering that head shape with the fleece and cutting it sort of exactly, there's a lot that goes into that again I don't think we can properly show in the amount of time that we have for the videos. So yeah, just the process of developing and designing new patterns, as well as of course releasing the patterns that have been highly requested. Currently we have the Snozzlepuss and the Gerbil patterns pretty much ready to go. We're just at the last stage with each of those. But then which would you be most interested in seeing next? So I was thinking of releasing the dino head pattern next after the Snoz. What does everyone think? Or is there one that you'd be more interested in seeing first? Dino head or Frode? The Frode is just so much fun. I love the Frode. My only concern would be the Frode is much more complicated than the dino head. So it's not quite as beginner friendly. I can't pick things up anymore. Whereas the dino head pattern is really nice and straightforward. So maybe the Frode next. So maybe dino then Frode. Do we ship to the Czech Republic? Yes, we do. We ship everywhere in the world, pretty much. And actually the most recent Frode that we did, that kind of really sleepy rainbow Frode with the purple horns, that is very excitingly going to be our next pin. They are being made as we speak. Start to get like indentations and lines here on my fingers from the scissors. Okay, dino next. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that it needs to be the dino after the two simple ones. Has your coffee arrived yet? That's what I want to know. What kind of coffee did you get? A lovely mocha, and it's gone already. I do not blame you. That will help with your headache as well, I feel like. Almost getting full up here. Is there any more under PT? No. Okay, we're down to our last 5. I really appreciate everyone hanging out and sticking with me through a very calm live stream. Next time you see unicorn or tadpole on an episode, you'll know where it came from. You'll know how it's made. Is the thick fabric hard to sew on the machine? Do you mean like the fleece, like the F3 fleece, or do you mean furs? Because we have an industrial sewing machine, so it's very hard wearing. It can sew through leather, so it doesn't have any problem with either material. I think maybe some tabletop machines might struggle with the F3, but I know a lot of puppet makers that use a tabletop sewing machine and they find it absolutely fine, so I think you'll be alright. An industrial sewing machine is not necessary. Two more. Any more questions about this process or about Roll for Puppet before I'm finishing up here?